Hello everybody. Welcome on Metal-GER TV in France, and I have a guest, a Tyran guest, not a tyrannic guest. I hope he's going to introduce himself. It's a new band and their first album. We are going to speak about that. But first, who are you? What do you do in the band Tyran in Germany, please?
Hello, I'm Nick. I'm the singer of the band Tyran, and we just released our first album this year. And we're going to re-release it on Listenable Records. It's called Tyrant's Oath. It will be out on January the 31st, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here.
Okay, me too. I'll apologize about metalheads. I'm a bit ill, so excuse me for my bad accent. And but we try to make our best. So thank you for your time. So yeah, like you say, in 2024, the album already released. This album is called Tyran's Oath. But Listenable Records, now you have a record deal with them, and they reissued this album, in fact.
Yes, they did. It was actually a funny story. When we tried to release the album in 2024,
Yeah.
actually, we tried to find a label back in 2023. And yes, we released it on Iron Shield Records. They made the best offer back then. And I think it was we played Keep It True Rising in October this year.
Okay.
And afterwards, we got contacted by Listenable Records because they liked what they saw
Okay.
at the show.
And they listened. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And then we already were in talks like about a record deal for a new album. But then they also said it was a good idea to re-release Tyrant's Oath also and to distribute it and promote it on a bigger level because like Iron Shields Records, it's a really nice dude who runs this. Thomas is his name. But he is the sole person, at this label. It's a one-man operation. So of course his possibilities are limited in like distribution and promotion. So I think Listenable wants to put it on a bigger scale, I guess.
Okay, and so the artwork change between the version of Iron Shield Records and the cover artwork, the outlet, and maybe did you re-record it, or remaster it with better means, money by the Listenable Records?
No? It's more or less the same, but we'll have finally a vinyl version of the record, as well as a tape version.
And live bonus tracks, maybe.
Yes, we have two bonus tracks, two live tracks from some of the shows we played in 2024. They are added on the CD version. Yes.
Okay. Other main differences?
Those are the main differences. Yes. I think the CD will also come out as a digipack. It was a jewel case version originally, but this is almost sold out. Like there were 500 of it made, and most of them are sold by now. So maybe there will be a need for it.
Okay, so 9 new tracks, but reissued on this new version of Listenable Records in 2025. Okay. And yes, bonus tracks at the end live. It's interesting because you are a new band, and but you have live experience, in fact, because if I'm right, the band Tyran was founded during the pandemic. Everybody knows it was a bad situation from some ones. For other ones, it was a good situation, and to focus on music, on writing, composing. If we were not sick, people were not ill, but at the hospital. But you take this time to launch this band, in fact, with your bands, with your colleagues, your friends in Bavaria.
Yes, it actually. I just released in the beginning of 2020. I just released the first album of my other band, Invictus. And we like had a full calendar of live shows, and then like in March 2020, I guess it was, like the pandemic hit and everything was canceled.
Okay.
So I didn't have anything to do musical otherwise. So I just decided to do some songs for fun, like record them myself at home, and released our first two demos
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Fiber Warriors and Fist of Iron. And there seemed to be some people who liked it, so I decided to continue. And
And you put these
one of
demos, you put these two demos, excuse me, on internet at this
yes,
time?
there are
Okay.
yes.
On Bandcamp?
I'm on Bandcamp, yes, and on the New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal full albums channel here on YouTube as well. And I sold tapes actually. They were like handmade by me
Okay.
because I couldn't afford to have them made professionally. And
Okay.
after that, I contacted our guitarist Sergey, who runs a recording studio, which
Yeah.
I recorded said album of my other band Invictus
Invictus,
at.
yeah. I think also,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, and he was interested. He said, "Oh, I like this. Maybe I want to join this band." So I said, "Yeah, great. You have a recording studio.
Yeah. Okay.
What could be better?" Yeah, and one after one, we like added the other members and started recording of Tyran's Oath. I think started in somewhere in 2021,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
when it was of course difficult with the pandemic to even get
Yeah.
people in a room
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And also to write new songs, of course. Um, yeah, but we finally finished in 2023, and then we looked for labels, and finally saw its release in April of 2024.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes,
And now on Listenable Records. And the other guys are your friends, maybe from other members of Invictus.
um,
Invictus is still active or not? It's
Invictus is still active, but there are no members of Invictus in Tyran.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I knew most of the guys like from the local scene in and around Munich, of course. Um, because they also were active in other bands.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got to know our guitarist Sergey due to his recording studio back in 2019, I think.
Yeah.
And we stayed in contact afterwards because we
Yeah.
enjoyed working with each other a lot, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I knew our other guitarist, Christian, I knew
Yeah.
from
From
the local
Processor.
scene.
Yeah. From Processor. Yeah.
Processor, yes, yes. Also,
And
really great progressive death metal
yeah.
band. I don't know how to categorize them exactly, but a great band. Thomas, the bassist, played in a quite famous local band, Toxic Walls. They
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Looks cool. So.
did a few really big shows with big artists and had quite a good run for like 10 years, but they're disbanded in
Yeah.
2019, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
mhm.
And you are five on the band in the band.
Yes, we're five. And drummer Simon, of course, also.
Yeah, Simon. Okay, okay. And so it's interesting. So we can feel it that on this first album, you have a background, you have a musical experience. Everyone, we can feel it, you can hear it clearly. It's interesting. So but I was a bit surprised. Why did you choose this kind of music and especially heavy metal? Because, when we speak about young people, teenagers, except of course my nephews if they like metal like me, but in general majority of young people, if you want to target to be focused on the young people in Germany, I think more majority listen more hip hop, reggae, dub, or pop music or electro. And why you are young, you are younger than me? Why did you choose this kind of music, and especially new wave of British heavy metal or heavy metal made in Germany? But why did you choose this kind of music and no more modern stuff or something like that?
I don't actually know. I think I tended towards like old music. I think from the beginning, my parents brought me in
Okay.
contact with stuff like Elvis and the Beatles, and
Okay.
then I think it was in seventh or eighth class where a friend of mine had on his like the big iPod Classic.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
had his and we were on a school trip, and for some reason he had Kill 'Em All by Metallica on there. Although he didn't even listen to it, he just had it on there.
Okay.
And I just thought, oh, it sounds interesting, and I kept listening and listening, and I think the next day I got into the local CD store and bought this on CD.
Okay.
And it just it's just the music I like. I always tended to that, and it was logical for me to if I do music, it must be something like this because I just want to do music I like to hear myself.
Oh, okay. You know that the White Album from the Beatles, Metallica released the Metallica album, eponym album, but Black Album, in opposition and in a wink to Beatles White Album, actually.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's interesting. But you personally, did you grow up more with metal made in Germany, Accept, Udo, Sodom, Destruction, Halloween, more melodic stuff, Gamma Ray, or more with new wave of British heavy metal or American heavy metal and thrash metal?
I of course, through the gateway of Metallica, I started out with the American thrash bands, and I basically listened to thrash almost exclusively in the beginning. But then when I met the bassist of Invictus, Fabi, he was like big into this power metal thing.
Yeah.
And he kind of influenced me a lot on that. Yeah, he introduced me to Halloween, which I didn't knew before, which became my favorite band. Yes, I have like in my living room, I have like a big original tour poster from 1987. I bought it like from some guy on eBay. Yes, so I got more and more into the German heavy metal stuff, like Accept, Stormwitch, Greystone, all of that stuff.
Gravedigger.
But of course, Gravedigger, yes, Gamma Ray, of course, Blind Guardian, all that stuff. But also, of course, I always liked this old school heavy metal stuff. Also the new wave of British heavy metal, of course. I mean, everyone likes Maiden, everyone likes Saxon,
Saxon,
stuff like that. And even other bands, Praying Mantis. I could go on and on, but it was all great music, and
Okay. As there is a song, the second song called Bomber. It makes me think of Bomber's track of Motorhead, especially in the rhythmics. Motorhead, I have my T-shirt. Yeah. So is it a week again to another reference of Motorhead and Lemmy, Kilmister, Animal, etc.? Yeah, especially or not at all. It's
not that much musically. I think musically it's more inspired by Judas Priest.
Okay. I find Judas Priest influences also in this album. But
it's just a title that came to our mind, and of course, we all love Motorhead.
Okay, because
it's a no-brainer. So it's just it's a kind of a nod towards that, yes, because the lyrical theme, like I mean, my lyrics are rather abstract. They don't like tell a clear story, but they are just there to like evoke images. And this, I always thought when writing the lyrics, this would be about like World War II dogfights, like planes. You understand what I mean? And so, Bomber sounded simple as that. It sounded good.
Okay, but today we are in synchronization, because we have the same reference today, Lemmy and Motorhead. Okay, and this album, Judas Priest influence. Of course, you have your influences, and you start the band, so you have everyone. It's natural have influences. But what do you want to develop and to bring in this metal scene? Very where there are a lot of bands since the 80s, and it's a cycle. Thrash metal is now the revival, thrash crossover, death metal also, and heavy metal. It's a more rock or stoner. There is a revival, etc. So what do you, according to you, what Tyran could bring to this metal scene in 2025 with this first album, with your lyrics, maybe? what do you want? What is your touch? What do you can you bring to the metalheads with your own music? You among all these bands.
Of course, like this music doesn't reinvent the wheel, so to say.
Okay.
It's nothing revolutionary. We're completely clear about that. But we just like to do music we like,
What? Yeah, you
we would
first.
like to listen to ourselves, and just write good songs. I think a lot of bands nowadays, they are trying to like meet a certain sound of a certain era, like the 80s. They want
Yeah.
to meet a certain look, but some of them tend to forget like we still do music. We want to write good songs, songs that keep stuck in people's heads.
Yeah.
So we just want to do all of that, like not like like copying, but like we pay homage to
Yeah.
this era, and we want to evoke the same feelings with our music, but we primarily want to do good songs, like in a heavy metal,
Yeah. Yeah.
in heavy
Yeah.
metal clothing, so to say.
You make your own thing like you want, like you like in your art, metal art, and naturally it's sincere, and you play what you want, what makes pleasure for you, and to share it on internet, of course, but after live on stage, it's a goal. I think you are going to play live. We have bonus tracks at the end of the album, so yeah, that's the goal, and simply you don't want to reinvent that. You have no pretensions uh, for that to create a new style or to.
Mm. No, as we said, this is the music we like and that we want to do. That we hear ourselves at
Yeah.
home and privately. So why shouldn't we play this music?
Yeah.
Of course, I don't think there will be ever again like a big revolution in metal like it was back in the 80s,
Yeah. Yeah.
or even some around the 90s. I don't
Yeah.
think this time will ever come again. But what we can do nowadays is do good music
Yeah.
and write songs people like in that style.
Okay, that's clear. Have you already played in some festivals in Germany last year, maybe Wacken, Summer Breeze, or it's a bit too early and you prepare that because you are young
Uh,
band? Some people, some big festivals say, "Oh, you are too small for us." Or is there a contest in general to win a place to go in the final? For example, Icelandic band Mur. I recently interviewed them, and they won the final contest to play at Wacken last
yeah, this
summer.
Wacken
Yeah,
metal battle, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, something
Uh,
like that.
no, we haven't applied to that one. We played a few shows, but
Okay.
was mainly underground stuff because, like, yeah, I mean, we're selling like a few hundred copies of our album.
Yeah,
Like, we're not a big of a commercial deal,
yeah.
I think. But what we played pretty good underground shows. We played a few open airs.
In clubs,
Uh,
clubs.
yeah, we played a few club shows. I think the big event of the year was Keep It Through Rising in
Yeah,
the Porthalle Würzburg in front of like over
yeah,
1,000 people. It was
yeah,
crazy. Like
yeah.
the day before, it was like a weekend. The day before, we played in Fürth,
Okay.
which is like 1.5 hour away from Würzburg. Like in a small club with where like 50 people barely
Yeah.
fitted in. And then we drove to Würzburg the next day, and we couldn't believe our eyes how big it all was and
Okay.
how
Yeah.
professional.
Okay, step by
And
step, step by step. Okay, but
yes,
this year, 2025, it could be cool to see you live in France in some as first band to open for a better a better a grower a bigger, excuse me, band. It would be cool if you open for Accept
yeah.
or
Well,
Do.
we'd definitely like to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have plans to serious plan to play in France in 2025?
We are still in talks with a lot of people regarding live shows,
Okay.
because of course, due to the signing by Listenable Records, a lot of things changed for us because like this
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first
Promotion, etc.
professional proper label for us. This is a whole different level of exposure we're getting right now. So oh, I can't say anything yet, but we are in talks with a lot of people,
Okay.
and we'll play our first shows outside of Germany in 2025.
Okay. Okay.
This
So
much I can
okay.
say.
Okay, but makes a finger cross. Do you know some any French metal bands, for example, except Gojira?
Yes, of course. Yeah, Gojira would be the obvious thing. What I do know is Sortilege.
Ah yeah, ah
Sortilege.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Ah,
I know them. Um, and one other band, but I just forgot the name.
no, no problem.
Um, but I don't think I have the feeling that French bands always like they just remain inside France and don't get too much exposure outside of France. I don't know. It's just my impression I have of it. But yeah, and I think
We have a lot of French acts, but in different style, especially now in post metal, black metal. A lot of we have a lot of good things.
yeah. I heard that there's a lot of good black metal from France, but I'm I'm
Yeah,
not too much
yeah.
into black metal, so
No,
that's
no.
not
But
my
you know, in the 90s, we are a lot of death metal acts in France. Rise rised rose like Massacra, Loud Blast, Aggressor, Merciless,
yes, Loud
etc.
Blast. This
Yeah.
was the name I was looking for.
Aggressor, yeah, in
Oh,
the
of course.
90s, and they helped the French metal scene to export and to make bigger, and yeah, they have their own reputation, and they are still live. They are still alive. These bands, most of these
Yeah, they
bands.
just released a new record, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Some of these bands are signed or reissued on Listenable Records, for example,
Hmm.
and their roster.
That's
Okay. I wanted to know last question before to stop. Before to speak about the plans. So if you have more plans or new video, I wanted to you personally. What are your favorite singer? What inspired you? You as singer, and it's you who write the lyrics of the 9 tracks of Tyran songs?
yeah, I did most of the songwriting actually because it started as a solo project in the beginning
Yeah.
before all the others were even involved. So most of the songs were already written by me. Um, uh, as a singer, I think the obvious choice, of course, would be Michael Kiske from Halloween.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
He's like the
Yeah. Yeah.
the perfect storm, so to say. Of course, Rob Halford,
Yeah. Yeah.
the obvious choice. And what I've heard a lot of people like in reviews or like at the shows comparing me to would be Chuff Tate from
Ah,
Queensryche.
ah,
He's
yeah.
one of
Yeah.
my favorites as well. But
Ah, yeah.
just so this is nice to hear.
Yeah.
Although I think I didn't record
Yeah.
reach
Yeah.
his level, but
Ah, yeah. Okay.
I
Ouais.
can hear where it comes from. Um,
Ouais.
yes, and as a songwriter, I think
It's funny because it's not your generation. That's interesting what you say, but no problem. I like classical music, and I don't live. I didn't live when Mozart lived. So it's.
most people nowadays didn't.
Okay, yeah, but
Yes.
good references. And the lyrics in general, you start first with the writing the lyrics, or you wait, you have the music in your mind, or you wait for the guys to compose the music, and after you wrote the lyric, you wrote the lyrics, especially this
Um,
new album.
Usually the music comes first, like especially now we're now again at songwriting
Okay.
for the next album already.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Um,
I do. Okay.
yes, and like everyone throws in ideas like parts, melodies, and then we like try to finish the music first, and then afterwards I think of vocal lines and of lyrics, of course. Our guitarist Christian was really helpful because it I'm not a natural lyricist. Like
yeah.
I have to work really hard for this.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time and effort to do this. So Christian was a big help on that part already for Tyran's Oath because he helped a lot with that.
Okay,
Yes.
and now you are already okay. You make the promotion of this new album, Tyran's Oath. So released at the end of January 2025. But you are already wrote and prepared a new second album.
Yes, of course, because like the songs are pretty old by now, actually. I think they were all written in 2021, so it's almost 3 years later. Yeah, and we have like almost a complete album written by now. Of course, it will. We hope we can start recording somewhere mid to late 2025.
Yeah,
So
for
hopefully
release.
see release in 2026.
Okay.
Maybe 2025 depends on how fast we are, but
okay.
I
Are
think
there
most
new? Okay, excuse me. Excuse me.
You can talk. I have a bit of a soft throat.
Yeah. We are going to conclude. No problem. Are there new video? Can we open new video song? I don't know what I don't remember exactly when. What are the songs online already online with the video? And are you going to shoot a video
Protectors
live?
of Metal is
Protectors of
listenable.
Metal.
Nice
the first
lyric video to this. Yes.
And a plan for a new shooting video for a new song live in live conditions maybe.
No, there are no plans for another video.
Okay.
Because like we have to keep the also the financial efforts realistically. This is a re-release. We like
yeah.
Okay. So but there will be, of course, for the new album.
Yes.
There are already plans for shooting a proper music video. Yes.
Okay. But thank you very much, Nicolas. Take care.
Thank you.
We're going to stop this interview. I thank you very much and good luck with this first album. So Tyran's Oath on Listenable Records in 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.